What will the Abrams M1 tank look like in a future global war? Details are sketchy, but reducing the Abrams' roughly 70-ton weight appears to be one of the priorities. Certainly, weight has limited the ability to deploy the Abrams around the world and restricted which bridges it can cross. Features specifically mentioned include a lighter weight gun, replacing the wiring with fiber-optic cables to shave off 2 tons of weight, improved suspension, and adding a laser warning receiver. In fact, the Abrams is hardly unrivaled in its very heavy weight class. Other vehicles such as the German Leopard 2, the British Challenger 2, the French Leclerc, and Israeli Merkava 4 possess similar firepower and protection levels, though of course each type has its advantages and disadvantages. However, none of them were likely to ever be shooting at an Abrams, so it wasn't a problem. For decades, the most threatening potential opponent was the Russian T-90 tank, a vehicle which has a fighting chance against the Abrams, but is hardly a peer. Russia's new T-14 Armata tank finally does present a peer challenge to the Abrams. While the Abrams still appears to have a slight edge in conventional armor, the Armata compensates with a combination of explosive reactive armor and a sophisticated radar-guided Afghanet active protection system intended to shoot down incoming projectiles. The T-14's new 2A 82,125mm also has improved armor penetration, meaning the Abrams's frontal armor may be vulnerable at shorter combat ranges, possibly 1,500 meters and less. While it's still debatable which is the superior tank, they clearly both are capable of destroying one another. The point is that the Abrams can no longer assume the inferiority of opposing tanks. Another thing they used to say in the 90s was, "The army doesn't do cities." During the United States invasion and occupation of Iraq, which involved a gazillion military operations in urban terrain, a tank urban survival kit was rushed into service with a number of upgrades to cope with potential ambushes from any direction. Many of those upgrades have been standardized in later Abrams, including improved belly armor, a crew remotely operated weapon station basically, a remote-controlled 50 caliber machine gun so that the crew isn't exposed when firing, and add-on explosive reactive armor to the vulnerable sides of the turret. The United States Army had long eschewed explosive reactive armor, as it can wound nearby friendly infantry and can get used up. However, it served as a relatively lightweight and inexpensive means of defending the Abrams' vulnerable side armor from concealed enemy rocket-propelled grenade teams. The latest Abrams variant is an upgrade package, the M1A2 SEPV3. Many of its features are practical rather than sexy. Upgraded computers, and a new auxiliary power unit that allows the Abrams to keep its sophisticated systems running while the engine is off, improving the fuel efficiency of the Abrams' notoriously thirsty turbine engines. Maintainability is improved with modular, replaceable cabling. There are some lethality upgrades, notably a data link to connect with new advanced multi-purpose programmable airburst shells. These will allow the Abrams' main gun to shoot high-explosive shells that detonate directly above enemy troops in cover, an ability hoped to counter to enemy anti-tank missile teams. Other detonation modes, including one optimized for penetrating walls, are also available. An improved forward-looking infrared sensor will upgrade the Abrams' detection capabilities and main gun accuracy. A revised, lower-profile remote-controlled machine gun also sports improved cameras. Finally, and possibly, most importantly, the M1's depleted uranium armor package has been improved. How much, you ask? The Defense Department sure ain't telling. Explosive reactive armor, however, does not appear in the default package. A jammer for disabling wireless IEDs has also been installed. A number of the most important upgrades to the Abrams capability may become independently from the SEPV3 upgrade package. The first already began entering service in 2015. The M829A4 armor-piercing fin-stabilized discarding sabot shell, the latest ammunition type for the Abrams 120mm M256 cannon. The M829A4 has a segmented depleted uranium penetrator, and has been specially designed to defeat the relict explosive reactive armor on the latest Russian tanks, including the T-14 Armata. Future improvements to the Abrams' firepower are likely to come by improving the capabilities of munitions, as they are easier to upgrade and replace than the main guns. Another innovation, active protection systems, have the potential to revolutionize tank defenses. The best combine, soft kill measures that obscure the tank and mislead guided missiles, as well as hard kill measures that literally shoot down incoming projectiles. These are generally most effective against missiles, though theoretically may be effective against tank shells. The M829A4 shell is supposedly designed to overcome them. The Israeli Trophy Active Protection Systems has a proven record shooting down deadly anti-tank missiles in recent conflicts. The United States military has attempted to develop its own indigenous system, but recently, the Army and Marines began testing Trophy on M1A2 tanks. Trophy can basically be purchased, off the shelf, and installed relatively quickly, so if the Defense Department decides the Abrams needs the capability, it could pursue the upgrade relatively quickly. Another upgrade that could be installed quickly if desired would be a laser warning receiver. An laser warning receiver would notify the Abrams crew if their vehicle was being painted by an enemy laser rangefinders and guidance systems, giving the crew an opportunity to hit the reverse pedal and back the tank out of danger. It should be stressed there are no definitive plans to install the latter two technologies in the SEPV-3 Abrams. However, they are obvious upgrades that could be implemented quickly and at reasonable cost. The Army is currently planning to develop a more radical upgraded Abrams by 2020, the M1A3. Details are sketchy, but reducing the Abrams' roughly 70-ton weight appears to be one of the priorities. Certainly, weight has limited the ability to deploy the Abrams around the world and restricted which bridges it can cross. Features specifically mentioned include a lighter weight gun, replacing the wiring with fiber-optic cables to shave off 2 tons of weight, improved suspension, and adding a laser warning receiver. Other improvements are doubtlessly being considered, but specifics are lacking for now.